Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. We are in talking about Onitsha, the inflow of people and the investment into Onitsha. Is the Anambra State government ready? Remember to share, remember to subscribe, also to comment in the comment section. We are going to be discussing about this. This is the Anambra State College of Health Technology at Obosi, part of the Onitsha metropolitan city. So the government of Anambra State recently completed these structures in this health institution, and and it's a worldwide effort. This is more buildings on Onitsha. This is university being under construction in the Onitsha. So we are discussing about the implications of the record inflow of people and investment, especially the record number of people that are flooding into Onitsha. And is Anambra State government actually ready for these things? And what is the demand on the hospitals, demand on public institutions, infrastructures, and a lot of things? I know that the Anambra State government is trying to do some roads, but they still need to expand a lot of them. So, but we are going to focus on buildings because considering that because of this massive infrastructure, massive inflows of people, there have been massive demand on housing, on issue of accommodation. Even hotels are in high demand. But unfortunately, Onitsha hasn't got that much hotels. So we're going to be discussing on this important thing as part of part two of the Onitsha Records inflow of people and investment. So we're going to discuss more about this issue and about this how the government of Anambra State should um, you know, quicken things up on this issue of housing and issue of accommodation, and also initiating investment to quicken up all these hotels and other accommodation facilities, and also how to help also the low income earners in order to have accommodation also. It's very, very important because without that we cannot be able to have um, a city that we can be proud of. As the governor said, that that Onitsha will be livable and prosperous. That Onitsha will rise again. That Onitsha will rise again. So for it to rise again, let me look at the issue of housing. So our issue of accommodation, the government should look at encouraging property developers in Onitsha Metro, especially helping them to acquire, helping them to build uh, affordable housing, or government partnering with them to build. high-rise buildings that can easily accommodate more people, that also that will be affordable to the people, something that will be long term. The government can actually start with building these houses for public sector workers, like those that work in the hospital, that work in the schools. They can start building like places where those people can actually live. Those working in the schools, working in the security sector, those working in the water utilities, public utilities, health institutions, and getting them to have a place they can actually live. So now they now look at also the low income earners in the city and see to build houses where they can live. The government can subsidize the housing that are at a particular rate so that those people can easily live in that place. That can help to make Onitsha fair to everybody. So it should look at that. So it should also look at some of the properties that are not occupied in the city of Onitsha. Some of those properties are people that build the houses. They are not living in those houses. They lock up the houses. The government should look at ways of forcing them to rent some of those properties out to people so that people can easily rent them out. So it can also help to caution the effect of shortage of housing in Onitsha Metro. So another thing again is the road connection, the road infrastructure that you need to build so that people can easily travel from one place of Onitsha Metro to the other to in search of housing accommodation. So we now look at the hotels in the accommodation in the hotels and demand for the hotel rooms. The Onitsha five-star hotel abandoned project by the Anambra State government uh, at Park Lane should be looked into. Soludo have already gone there to check on that, but up till now nothing has happened. That project was started by Obi, but Obiano abandoned it. I think he gave it out to somebody, but so he gave it out to somebody, but I don't know what happened. But they just left the whole thing like that. So that place should have been fetching billions of naira to the state, but unfortunately, it was not uh, priority. But I should ask the Soludo to look into that issue again, and also to look into other five-star hotel that one man from Morocco is building nearby there that was abandoned also, and also to you know look at offering places like 20 or 50 sites where property developers or hotel developers, investors can actually build five-star hotels, at least in the river banks and all those things. Because if you look at what the surplus is doing in Onitsha, Soprom at housing, so you can see that there is issue with. So if Soprom Hotel can be making so much money and always booked up, it shows that there is demand. There is a market for hotel in a city that has five over 10 million people. So the accommodation in terms of hotel rooms and all those things should be looked into. That the government should actually help to clear some area, choice area, where they can build between 50 to 100 new hotels in Onitsha. So that this one will also create employment, help to increase the nightlife in Onitsha, and also to help in the accommodation, because a lot of men and women of caliber need places they can actually wine and dine, and they need places they can spend their money also. And some of them want to live in those hotels because they can afford it. So it can also help those investors who are trooping into the state in order to have a place they can stay. Some of them come in for a business trip, which that lasts for 2 weeks, some of them 1 week, some of them 1 month, some of them even more. So the government should also look at encouraging them by looking at this issue that is very, very important. So it's important for the government of Soludo, Chukuma Soludo. For those that are not aware what I'm talking about, Soludo is the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukuma Soludo, and the Anambra State, and Onitsha is in Anambra State. Onitsha is one of Nigeria's foremost commercial and industrial city, known for a great business, raising of great businessmen and women. So that's what we've been talking. This is part two of the discussion on the Onitsha Records inflows of people and investment. So we are discussing about the issue of accommodation, both the hotel accommodation and the private houses, how the government can intervene to help out in this, because it is also the responsibility of the government to provide accommodation. Some in Nigeria, they think that people should be on their own in everything. No, it shouldn't be like that. The government should always intervene when there is a crisis. There is a crisis with uh, housing stock in the state, in Onitsha, because of the population. I was discussing in the earlier video about a lot of estate agents having so much demand for people from Lagos coming down looking for houses. People from other places in Nigeria want to relocate to Onitsha as soon as possible. So, but what we were discussing earlier on is that I don't know if the government officials knows about this. The man in charge of housing, commissioner of housing, you don't you rarely see him talk about housing issues on this extent. It doesn't it come out and say about it. Even the government doesn't talk about housing. The roads is important, the housing is also important. None of them should be neglected. That's what we are that's what we are discussing, that he should also look into these things and see to it, so that this issue should be sorted out. So because it's something that is affecting a lot of people, so we cannot just take it just like that, because taking it just like that will not help anybody. It doesn't help anybody at all. That's why we must also look into dealing with it. This city needs something, need this housing stock. Some people will say, oh, there are a lot of high-rise building in Onitsha Metro, but the fact is that it's not enough, because the population is increasing. People are flooding into the city, because the government is trying to build some roads in that place, trying to clear some of the rubbish in the city. So this also helping to bring about some activities, rekindling the business climate of the city. So once the people sense that there is demand for a lot of things, they start coming. People are flooding in there because the city is coming back to life. A dead city is a city that nothing works in that. But Onitsha, nearly died under the regime of Obiano and some others. But now it's trying to resurrect again. So it's attracting a lot of people. So it's very important that we will see to uh, that the accommodation issue, the housing issue is sorted out. Those housing issues, not building houses that people cannot afford. I mean, um, flats, 2 bedroom flat, 3 bedroom flat that is not more than 300,000 a year, or 250,000 a year. I know the cost of housing, building material has gone so high, but the government should see to it that a way of helping the people out on this. So it's very, very important. I don't know what's your view on this. I don't know what you think about what we are discussing, but if what we are discussing interests you, you can also comment. So you can also comment. It's very important. You can also comment on it, and also share our videos. It's very important to share our videos. Remember that you need to subscribe, you need to like, and we are discussing about the Onitsha, the inflows of people to Onitsha, and under the accommodation. So these are very important discussions, and if you can also help us out by contributing to the comment section, is it will be very great, because this city of Onitsha need this accommodation issue sorted out. There are a lot of people into Onitsha now. More people are coming because the business atmosphere is changing. You know, whether people believe it or not, that's the reality. So we need government, Anambra State government, action on housing. So even in that area of Okpoko now, they need also to remodel Okpoko so that it can easily accommodate more people, because the housing stock there is also not fit for purpose. So, and some areas you can see in the video, there are a lot of areas that the government can easily either ask the people that have that to either rebuild the houses, make it more, or forced. The government can actually cause a forced purchase of those properties. So not only to modernize it, but also to create more housing stock. So it's very, very important to do that. So the government of Soludo, as we commend him also for the road infrastructure he's doing in Onitsha, we must also encourage him to see to the tidying up of Onitsha, making all those houses that you can see here that need to to some of them need to go, so that to build a high density housing stock that can also help to mitigate the shortage of houses. So because some of these houses, because of the pattern, it cannot be able to accommodate much people. So, and it's occupying land that is also scarce in Onitsha. Uh, we need a situation whereby the government will see to, giving those people the opportunity to, either sell out that places, or giving it out to government. Government can actually force purchase some of this area and build a mega structures that can accommodate more people. So it's very, very important. It's very vital for the state government to look into this and help out in this.